Aloha adventurers, travel with kids. Yellowstone is a beautiful and incredible place, but can it be done with kids? Here's our top 10 to do with kids in Yellowstone. Number 10, Bacteria Mat. Bacteria Mat is a super cool place and just overall fun. There's tons of different chemicals, and we described it as though we were looking at Mars. There's a cool hot spring right next to it, so in case you don't feel like looking at the bacteria mat, you can just walk right over to that. But this place is super cool. Number 9, Artist Point Waterfall. Artist Point Waterfall is a beautiful waterfall. However, we don't recommend this if you're scared of heights. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. There's a giant lookout that looks out onto this beautiful canyon with a waterfall. It's great for taking pictures and photos of your family. Number 8, Old Faithful Geyser. Old Faithful is one of our favorite geysers to visit at Yellowstone. Even though it might get a bit crowded at times, it's still very beautiful to look at. One of my favorite things about Old Faithful is you always know when it will erupt. But be warned, when you get there, it gets very packed. There will be people all circling around it, and it can be even impossible to find a place to look at it, unless you're miles away. However, if you get there early and wait for 5 to 10 minutes before it erupts, then you won't be crowded. People will be crowded around you, but at least you will have a good spot to sit and see the geyser. Number 7, Fountain Geyser. Fountain Geyser was one of the most beautiful things we saw at Yellowstone. It was so cool, and the way the smoke blew off it, it almost looked like the exact shape the geyser blew in itself. However, we wouldn't recommend hiking all the way to visit this because you never know when it will erupt. It's an unpredictable geyser. So we were very lucky to be able to see it. Number 6, Castle Geyser. Castle Geyser is a beautiful geyser that may be well over the age of Old Faithful. However, sadly, we didn't get to see this one erupt. If you plan to spend the whole day at Yellowstone, this is definitely one you might want to see. It only erupts twice a day, though, so best be on the lookout when you're hiking around Yellowstone. Number 5, Crested Pool. Crested Pool almost looks like it has all the colors of the rainbow in it. It's very hot, though, so make sure not to go anywhere near it and to stay behind the guardrails, no matter how beautiful it may look. Grand Prismatic Springs is a beautiful hot spring with an amazing hike. As you hike up this hill, it's a very short hike and very fine for kids. It's not at all strenuous and probably under a mile. When you reach the top, you get an amazing view of a beautiful hot spring that's sure to reward your children. 4, Fountain Paint Pots. Fountain Paint Pots is basically the entire loop around the park. It's most cool attractions. We could not stop filming this. It looks so cool with a bunch of what almost looks like clay popping out of the ground and bubbling. This is what comes from all the heat stored under it, making all the dirt and clay, or whatever that is, pop up. It's super cool and fun for your kids to watch and enjoy. Ours loved it. Slepsidra Geyser. Slepsidra Geyser is basically the other extension to the Fountain Geyser. It's basically the exact same thing except way, way smaller. However, it still can put on a good show. Number 2, Shield Spring. Shield Spring is a beautiful hot spring. Basically, it looks like it's in the shape of a shield. Last but not least, number 1, Caelix Spring. Caelix Spring is right next to the bacteria mat. If you don't feel like looking at the bacteria mat or at Caelix Spring, you can go and switch between the two, or look at both at once. It's a great photography spot and fun for everyone. We hope that you have fun on your trip to Yellowstone National Park and see all of these amazing things that we just showed you. We hope you enjoyed our video. If you did, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye!